Today we are breaking down the biggest My Singing Monsters teaser I have ever seen in my entire life. There's more to this new island that is coming next week than Ethereal Gold Island, and today we are here to debunk Ethereal Gold Island as we have something far more exciting going on. So as you guys probably know, there is an official website up right now that is counting down towards this Saturday, or rather tomorrow now, where we are going to be seeing the new update trailer for the new island. Long speculated at this point, we've seen the blue hand appearing everywhere, but what you guys might not know is there is lots more behind this website than what might meet at first sight. So we have inside of the website a countdown in My Singing Monsters language, counting down towards this Saturday, right? Copying and pasting this text, it will show you the countdown in normal English letters, but for you guys who are really more into this, you might know that every single day they have been updating this website with new teasers, effects, and secret messages. But let's begin with the actual site details itself. So the site title, it reads, "Something is coming." We all know that, right? But then the URL, it reads Dusty Potential. Dusty Potential, it is plasma when it is charged by electricity. You guys, if you are mega fans behind the game, you know that the plasma element is one of the ethereal elements, and therefore it's meant to be representing that. But if we look a little bit deeper into this, what is electricity in My Singing Monsters? It is represented by the supernatural element, Warbox's element. There are many comparisons between plasma and the supernatural element on this site. So let's continue as a dissection here. Just today, there were new particles added to the site as well. Alongside the countdown now, you can see these purple spots appearing alongside it. These are representative of the plasma element once more. There's different circles that appear on the website, guys, and basically each color represents an element. So the purple ones, for instance, those are the plasma element. If you go on the site as well, inside of the details, you can see E1, for example, is what these particles are called. Ethereal element 1, right? Plasma. So clearly there is a big role that the plasma element plays on this island, and this could mean that we might be setting out here on a quest of new ethereal islands. There's so much speculation right now, right? Maybe it could mean that this new island, which I think is a very likely case, is going to be the first of many, and a set with each one being themed around an individual ethereal element. So this is going to be our plasma ethereal island, but like we've been over, there is more at play here. The supernatural element comes in. So if this is when it gets really wild, guys, if I go ahead and remove the countdown, and then, oh my goodness, then we zoom in here. This is where things get exciting, y'all. We have an equation here. The equation reads Plasma Shadow Mech Crystal, representing whale's element, of course, there, plus F in the monstrous language there, which if you guys are really hardcore My Singing Monsters fans, you will also know that F in the game files, sorry people, don't call me out here, it is representative once again of the supernatural element electricity. Again here, woo, but then we have an equal sign, equals, so whale plus the supernatural element equals plasma and mech, which is Nebulob, and shadow and crystal, which is voodoo. So something what is really interesting on this site is it appears as though they are hinting that the whale has somehow destabilized, with the help of the supernatural element, into lesser elements. So as you guys know, voodoo and Nebula, for example, those are two element monsters. I believe for this island, we might be going in a completely reverse order. This goes against the game's mechanics entirely. Usually you're working up from the one element monsters to the four element monsters to the most cool, but on this island it's a different story. Rather than breeding, you're gonna be going backwards. So this is the exact kind of game-changing stuff that we are living for, yo. And the ethereals have always done. So you're gonna begin with whale, and then you're gonna go down to the lesser ones through the supernatural element somehow. The idea of separation inside of this site, if we go into these secret messages inside of the code behind the site, there's so many hints at separation and this idea of breaking down that is going to happen from whale. We have words like findo and did you so, which in Latin means separate, break down. There's lots of ideas of splitting, as this is what this island is really going to be focused around. And I think when we're going back to this idea of splitting, we also need to bring up up Bemeebeth as well. They've said inside of their lyrics, can't separate. And this can't help me get me thinking, did they mean something more here? Go and take a listen to Bemeebeth here. There is so much hints that this is leading up to something big. If we go into what exactly you can expect in terms of monsters individually, though, you might be thinking, oh, whale, we're going to break down from that into a plasma-like island. Have 15 ethereal monsters on there, right? Well, no. Because if we go into more secret messages, we have find up, once again meaning separate. We have the individual ethereal elements, I do think here, the combinations that we can expect. So here it lists a 4-element monster, a triple element monster, 4 double element monsters, and then 1 single element monster. Now, if we go back to the monsters that we've already seen be teased for this island now, as well as the equation ones. So in the equation, we had Whale, who also appeared inside of a teaser as well. Then we've got Nebulub and Voodoo here. They've been represented by the equation when you take away the background, right? And then we've also got Rebro. First tease not too long ago now inside of the Season of Love. They're pretty much confirmed too. I have no idea how Gast is not here either. If this is supposed to be a plasma one, this island is crazy in many ways. And then we also have 2 double element monsters, which we don't know, and an unknown triple element as well. Now, this totals up to be 7 ethereal monsters. So, guys, it's not the plasma island that all of you might be expecting. No, this is something cooler. We have the supernatural element at play here, and I'm sure that it has a bigger role involved. You would expect that you would have all ethereal monsters be on this island, but it's not going to be the case here. If we're looking at the monsters that we have 7 ethereal ones, and we usually have 15 monsters per island, right? So I'm expecting from this that there is 8 monsters here that we do not know what they could be at this point. Or do we? Well, we'll get onto that in a minute. But I think the idea of there being 7 ethereal monsters here, it links back towards what we have seen with the Magical Islands before, and it gives this whole idea promise. On the Magical Islands, we had 7 common monsters. So we had Fangler, for example, Noggin, and so forth, on Bowen Island, and then you had the 8 magical monsters. These new islands of ethereal islands, right, or this new one that is coming, they are going to be themed around this concept. We are going to have 7 ethereal monsters, but then on top of that, we are going to have 8 monsters coming from elsewhere. This replicates what the Magical Islands did. It lets these islands breathe and give us these plasma shadow individual ethereal islands that we've been craving, longing for ever so desperately in an absolutely magnificent way, whilst introducing all of these new mechanics as well. And it's so much more interesting than Ethereal Gold. I mean, come on, guys. We didn't want that just yet. It was too soon. And this is exactly, it's embracing an element class that has never really come together in this fashion. Supernatural and ethereal, they've always been separate. They've never even been integrated. This is a fabulous, oh, I'm getting my mind going. But it's fans' favorite class, the ethereals. It is absolutely marvelous. I just But anyway, if we go further into the secret messages behind the website, then let's delve a little bit deeper now. So on the site code as well, it says super secret hidden information do not leak by Monster Handle David. I am so sorry, David. We are dissecting this today right now. You have done an awesome job with these teasers. This is like my favorite thing ever that I've ever seen from you guys. We've got as well TMBLR represented here and several other numbers as well alongside it. TMBLR stands for Tumblr. And if you take the letters from the beginning of this, it reads Meebkin. A wonderful Meebkin. If we search for that on Tumblr, there's actually an official account that they have set up for Meebkin over there. Absolutely marvelous stuff here. The rest of the numbers as well, they link to individual pages on Meebkin's Tumblr account. Over on Meebkin's Tumblr account, though, we have several interesting things to take a look at. So first of all, we have the wanted poster behind Whale. It says, have you seen this monster? And poor Meebkin, they are looking for poor Whale. The last known suspect that is accounted for inside of this poster is Zaro's hand, the live formula sigil taking up the space once again. It says, have any information, contact the authorities. And there's also this really cute little workshop photo, which says monsters forever at the side with a little photo. Oh, it's just so cute. This is why we love the ethereal monsters and why it's the best class, and it deserves this. Right, anyway. Now we've been over all of these teasers and everything. The main question, right, that I can see you guys really pointing at now is, who are the other 8 ethereal monsters? But rather supernatural ethereal monsters, as we have dissected here. So to dissect this, I think we need to back up a bit here, right, to the first teaser we were presented with. When we first saw the Prism Gate teaser, we saw the blue hand emerge, and the first thing that we thought was Life Formula. We got carried away, we thought maybe it's Zarroway, they showed all of these other things here, but let's actually go into what Life Formula is once more. Life Formula, it is the process Wubbox used to make with the Wubblins. Couple that with the supernatural element, and then couple that once more with what else we saw inside of that trailer. Inside of the Tinsel logo, Monculus, Rare Monculus was used, and the pots of Rare Monculus is what Zarroway, the blue hand, right, the Ethereal Island Colossal that we've seen going around it everywhere, they are the pots that Zarroway used to make the Ethereals in the first place. And with all of these factors, the Life Formula sigil, Zarroway themselves going back to the Life Formula place where they have all the Rare Monculus pots, and even the Life Formula skin, which Zarroway comes from in the main game. It's described inside of the bio of the Life Formula skin that it is the workshop of which Zarroway created all of the Ethereal monsters. Where have we seen statues before that could mimic this supernatural process that the supernatural element is so intertwined with? Like to the Wubblins when they are brought to life, just like to how our Ethereals were as well. Well, if we go back to our Life Formula skin, you guys, you might know we have statues everywhere. These are representative of the prototype Ethereals, and we even have ones too that were representative of the ones that we find on Ethereal Island as well. So we have one for Oraculele, Bellowfish, Voodoo, Dragon, Fungprey, Gas, Grumpire, Humbug, Geo, Gelbilly, Kazelian, Nebulob, Rebro, Sox, Wisp, pretty much almost every Ethereal there. But the main suspects we have here are the prototype Ethereals that were never used before. These Ethereals could indeed match the ones that we could be finding next, and I believe are the missing monsters that we are going to be finding on the next new island. Guys, I think we might have solved the mystery. Because if we go on over to the website once more, a part of the code, it reads Super Lobe Party. Where have we heard Lobe, particularly spelt that way? Well, Lobe was revealed to be the name of one of the prototype Ethereals all when the Life Formula skin was revealed. Guys, this island, it is going to have a unique mechanic where we will separate down using the supernatural element Ethereals quads into prototype Ethereals and some of the Ethereals that we know and love. These are going to form as our elemental Ethereal Islands that we have wanted and craved for, but give us a new flair onto them. They are going to be prototype Ethereal Islands. And going back to Wubbox's bio, when it first came up to Ethereal Island, they spun up a new term. They called them Super Ethereals underneath the Ethereal class, and I think that is what this new subclass almost of the Ethereals could be designated. The Super Ethereals, guys, they are on their way. So let's summarize what we have concluded now, based on the theories, right? We have a unique mechanic that will destabilize Ethereal quads on these new islands into prototype Ethereal monsters. The first island is going to begin with Whale and mainly be based around the plasma element. It'll involve some kind of new mechanic. We're going to have to see on this Saturday, or this is... I'm getting crazy. I'm just so excited. Lucky for us today as well, we have names behind some more prototype Ethereals I couldn't help but throw. Maybe we won't see them all on Saturday, but over the next course of the next few millennia, we are going to be seeing them over the next few islands, I suppose, or even just this island itself. So let's dissect every single one. So the first one we have is probably the most well-known one. It is Fanned Hull. It's called the Crafty Fanned Hull. So here is its Life Formula design. Then we also have this in Dawn of Fire as well. Probably quite important, I should have mentioned these. These statues as well, they come from Dawn of Fires. They are the currency statues that we have seen for so long now. It's so exciting. Okay, as well, we have some fan designs that I'm going to put forward for Fantle. So we have this design by Epicverse Explorer first, and we also have some designs by Wallace too. All of these designs are by Epicverse Explorer and Wallace. I'm putting that out there now so we can dissect these wonderful beauties. Okay, so we have these massive pink hands by Fantle here. I'm so interested in the hands. There's so many unique elements behind these monsters, but they are so befitting as well. I can't wait to see them being brought to life, man. I love how playful this dude is. It's so cool. Then we have the skittish lobe. Ooh. I'm so cool. So cute. We have this tornado-like design by Epicverse here. I love how it's holographic almost. The incorporating these ethereal elements is going to be so cool, man. We have this design too with a brain coming from it by Wallace. I've got to say the ears here, there's just so psychic feeling. This feels like one for Plasma Island. I honestly, this out of them all, this feels like the most plasma elemental themed design, the most likely to me out of them all. So interesting to see if this one comes, hopefully. Then we have Bogle, or rather the distracted Bogle, as it is nicknamed. This is a Squidward-like one. Crunchy would be proud, Joe. In each of the designs, its arms are shown to be quite mischievous almost. It's picking at the crystals, for example, or even Donophilia has its little gateway towards the diamonds that it uses. I think this is quite a conniving monster. I love the reference towards the diamonds too. I feel like with these, I just can't wait. I feel like I'm mimicking you guys' excitement right now. Drower as well. Drower, wonderful Drower. It's almost like the Plants vs. Zombies plant creature, isn't it? I love the massive mouth that this dude has. Over at Dawn of Fire, I feel like that is just everything that smogs all them diamonds. If this one is not a vocalist, you do not know where it's at. We have this beam-like design by Epicverse once again. I've got to say, I love the unique effects that you've put in these. I feel like this has to be a vocalist. So come on, it can't be a synth. Then we have this Plants vs. Zombies, just a full-out design here. Taking me back to Garden Warfare by Wallace again here. We have Tunifor here. That this obviously is the most hype one to me. I mean, it's animal cute dog. If you know me well, you probably guessed that, right? It's absolutely adorable, this dog design. I mean, it's so cute. Better make it sound with its ears though. Then we have this almost ghost-like design by Epicverse here. I've got to say that this one is honestly really creepy. It reminds me of the wraiths almost that escape in Hollow Knight, and you're trying to free almost from the final boss. I mean, spoilers for Hollow Knight that are on screen right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but all of the souls, they are just escaping. I don't want that for my cuteness boy, but great design. Then we also have Wallace's mushrooms here. Very psychic oriented again here. And it's so interesting to think about which island element these could be specifically be intertwined with. I feel like we're going to have so much fun over the next few months and islands just looking at this and theorizing. There's so much theorizing to be done here. I love the turtle, the shell that he's... That's so cute. And then we have ones that we don't know the name behind. So we have this gold pot here. Cute little arms coming from it. And then we have a glass-cased dome. I really like Epicverse's depiction of this being almost a biological factored one. I like that. Feels very mech, this one. I feel like the mech orientedness comes through, and poison with these coin ones. Then we have a barrel. I mean, it feels some of these as though it would be hard to implement as a monster, some of the coin ones, but it's just fun. It's fun. That's what they say. Then we have a coin chest with a tongue rolling out as well here. It looks like a goblin. And then the final one out of the ones that we know is this goblet that, again, Epicverse has drawn here. I like the depiction of it having a face, and again, the effects sprouting up from the pot there is really undescribable and cute. All of those concepts put together, we have 10 individual monsters there from the prototype ethereals that we already know, and that's not even depicting ones that they could add on. Obviously, these ones, they're pretty much confirmed, right, for these set of islands, if that is what we're delving into. But beyond that, they can have the chance to explore here, and each island, I'm sure they'll put a certain amount of these designs on, perhaps, or on this island. I'm not sure if it's going to be a set. It feels like to me this is going to be a new set of islands, so that's how I'm phrasing it as. But if it's not, then just individually. But with there being 10 possible ones, there's just so much speculation and hype that we can have every single wave, perhaps, that we have of these. Please put waves back in. We need the hype. I don't want to be just hyping about variants all the time. I need something that I can expect, and this is just it, I feel like. But before we go into another new monster coming, as you guys thought this was the only teaser, I mean, teasers abound, right, guys? I'm going to put up right now Nova's live Formula Island up, as this is quite relevant. They designed the prototype monsters on their own individual island right now. So let's go and take a look at that. Wonderful composition made over there. I'm not actually earning myself. Might save it for a reaction one day. We'll see. But anyway, man, ending thoughts here. This is... This is more exciting than Ethereal Gold Island. They have done such a good job. It was too early to bring about Ethereal Gold Island, I do think. This is an idea for everyone, encapsulating the best class of monsters that everyone loves inside of the game. It's got that element of creativity behind it that just leaves me absolutely dazzling. I mean, it's gonna have elements to this island that we have never seen before. And the Ethereals, they always deliver new mechanics. Workshop, Ethereal Island, first teleport island, right? This new island, it is living to serve on that as well. So glad that we don't leave our Ethereals behind just quite yet, because I really am excited for this new adventure and horizon inside of the game. Please make this a wave island again. I need hype beyond variants. I need the hype of Workshop back. So please bring that back. This feels like the perfect opportunity. But with that said, this Saturday cannot come any faster. MSM has done it again, boys.